So the shiny spots are where you're hitting, and the dull parts are the low spots. And you can see it's really high here along the edge. A little bit here on the inside edge and dull in the middle where the gasket actually is. So it's a little bit uneven. What a shocker. You can see the cut mark right here where it was cut before. You can see there's a little high spot right on the edge of the cut. Very common. Problem, you got a mill cutter, it always leaves a spot. So I can work this a little bit more to get it more flat. So I think that's what we're probably going to do here. We'll just play around with this a little bit. Spend a few minutes working it down. Try to make this even. You're pushing down the center, not on the edge. You don't want the edge to go like this. That makes it uneven. Pushing the center should be good. It helps to keep the surface wet. These are like a wet sanding. You want to have a little bit of something here to keep it clean. So I just use my CRC there to keep it wet. Looks pretty good actually. Now the surface I'm on is not very flat, which makes it harder to sand because the vise isn't flat. So I'll go back over to my table over here, which is flatter. Then I can hone a little better. Won't bounce around so much. Try not to stay in one place too long. I'm going to try to keep it even. So I'm just going down around the circle kind of slowly here, around that pin. Alright, stone's nice and flat, you can see. Wipe all that off. So now you can see how it's more shiny all over the place. It's because we're making it flatter. Still see low spots here and there. Machine marks are still there, but it's definitely a lot more flatter than it was. That's what we're after. Okay, let's see if we got a measurement now. See if we actually moved anything at all. A lot of times you don't remove anything after you clean them up. 23. 23.5, 24. 23, 22.5 way over there. It was thinner there, but we went off the edge over here also, so it gets less accurate when you start going off the edge. It is 22 over here. That's not where the gears are at though. The gears are down here, so that's what matters, is right down here. 22 and a half, 22, 23, 22 and a half there flash, 23, 22 and a half. So I might have took off a half a thou maybe. I don't think I took off a full thou, but could have, but definitely no more than that. So there you go. That side's good to go. This one here we got to do some machining on. So the other thing I work on is our oil pump. Now when you cut these with sandpaper, it's going to be, the leading edge always cuts more than the trailing edge, so you got to be careful. So we're going to go ahead and do a little sanding on this one to clean it up, and then we'll come back with the stone and stone it. So that's how we'll work on that one. Or I just knock off all this paint and we'll just hone it. I like that better. So I'm just going to take my super scraper, and I'm going to knock off our paint. Careful not to cut yourself. This one's not really sharp like the other one where you got a knife edge. It's sharp, but it's not. It's a blunt sharp, not a sharp where it's going to cut the piss out of you. It'll still scratch you though, make you bleed. Alright, got it mostly off. All you'll be getting is fuzz is coming off. Not much other than that. Okay, now we can take it and do our sanding on this. Just like we did before. See how flat this is. I use a circular pattern. Figure 8 patterns work better, but it's hard to do a figure 8 on a small surface like this. So we're cutting mainly on the outside edge. That's what it feels like. That's exactly what we're doing. See, we're cutting here on the outside edges only. This thing is warped. So this is used, it's been on a bike, so when it tightened down, it pulled down and a little uneven. So it's making it a little uneven. Probably a couple thou, I bet. Which for this little honing stone will take a while because it's a very fine grit. This is probably 300 and something grit, I bet. If not less, not more, whatever. Higher number. So you wipe it, you don't know what you got. Okay, you see it's starting to come in through here now. It's still low through here. Quite a bit of material hitting here. So just keep on it. So with real fine stone, it doesn't take much metal off. So it's really hard to screw it up when you got a super fine finish because you're not taking any metal off. If it's a coarse finish, you can you can take a lot of metal off and get in trouble quicker. So it's all about how you want to do it. You want to work a little bit harder, or you want to work a little easier. The easier you work, the more chance of screwing things up. A little manual labor never hurt anybody. The upper body workout, because I'm holding with this hand and pushing down with this one. My upper body's taking all the abuse. It's like going to a gym, but full-on gym. Makes your fingers strong too. Alright, let's see what we got now. Starting to come in a little better. Still real low through here, but it's getting brighter. Brighter means it's taking the peaks off the high spot and it's starting to come in. So the shinier this is, the flatter it is. Alright, I'll do that one more time. Doesn't need to be done too much more. It's good enough the way it is, but we'll make it a little bit better. Now the finer the surface is, the easier for the gasket to push out too, because it's going to have this holding power. So there are some advantages being sanding instead of stoning. Okay, I think that's enough. Alright, looks pretty good to me. You know how flat it is, you take it to another flat surface you already did, lay it on it. You should be able to see no light at all anywhere. And when you push on it, it should not make any loose noises like it's loose. Like that noise there. See, it's not there. See, we get a little bit of noise, which means probably this corner here is a little bit lower, I'm guessing, than this corner. When you come down here further, it gets flatter, see? You can hear it. So either this side's cut too much or this is cut too much relative to the other surface. Turn 180 and see if we still have the same noise. Nope. A little bit over here. And a little bit on that side. So that tells me this is probably not flat, and this probably is the problem area. Not perfectly flat. That's pretty close. That ain't much of a gap that you're dealing with there. Alright, so that's pretty good. Now I just got to figure out I'm going to cut this down about 7th thou. Alright, we'll be back.